Hey everyone, welcome back. Craig Williams here with the next video in this tutorial series. We're going to keep on going with the mix down here. So what I've done is I've gone and bussed out all the elements. So we've got percussion bus, temp bus, hat bus, and stuff like that. I've had another quick listen through, and I've also listened to the individual buses and stuff like that to see how it all sounds. And it's obviously coming along. Well, I'm pretty happy with it. Hopefully, you guys are sort of digging what's going on as well. Or if you're not, hopefully you're getting something out of the tutorials. But I wanted to show you. I covered this tip in my mixdown technique tutorial, but I'll cover it again now just in case you guys are watching for the first time. So we've got the percussion bus, which is all these elements here all going into this bus here. Now I've already treated each of these sounds individually, but I'll show you another little tip just in case you've got too much dynamic range with your sound. So if we were to come along and pull up this plugin here, this plugin shows you the waveform as it's going through. So if you don't have the best speakers, or if you're just doing everything on the headphones or something like that, you can use this to help you sort of see what the waveform is doing and what your sounds are doing. So if I start playing it now, you can see everything has got like a decent sort of level at it. There's nothing sort of going too crazy. But what you can do is when you use this plugin, you can start to see what some of the sounds. So just say we've got, what's nice, like this one, we got minus 16.6, but say it was up there, and then you can see which sound is getting pushed up in the mix. And what you can do, we'll just come along here, we'll pull it down to you can see it's above everything else. What you can do is come along and add a bit crusher. I'm going to pull this one back up again. And I've got it set to default, so it's at 0 drive, resolution's at 24-bit, and the clip level is all the way up to 0. What you want to do then is, so you got the sound, is you can start to bring this down, and it will just take the top stuff. It's acting like a compressor, but you can, I mean, to my ears, you can't hear any difference. Obviously, you don't want to be truncating the sound and just totally just cutting it off. Like if you're blasting the sound and then you like that, and you're starting to take a lot off. So if we put that up or full, you can see the difference there. You don't want to be sort of doing that. That's when you should go back and spend a bit more time mixing the track and getting all your levels right. But it's just like a good little tip to help you guys, and this is a free plugin as well. And if you go back to my mixdown techniques, there's a nice little link to it, so you guys can go and download that for free and use it in Ableton or whatever like that. So one of the other reasons why I bust everything down is when I'm doing a mixdown, when you start to get a lot of tracks like this one already 55 minus a couple of, and so it's like 50 tracks. To start to, when you might be happy with everything, but you go, okay, I want the percussions to move up. You can just move them up, or you can pull them down a little bit, or you can add some more reverb to that bus and then get everything a little bit tighter and sounding a little bit better. So it's just another reason why it's good to bust everything out and get everything sounding pretty nice. And the other thing with my mixes, you also notice that everything is fairly low. Like everything's pretty low. That's with no ozone on. the ozone. We're still well below zero, so it's just another thing. Like I'll start all my mixes at -6. I start building the track at -6 dB on every track, so then you can start to give yourself a little bit more room. You're not sort of putting yourself in the corner when you start making the track, and not having to put limiters on everything and stuff like that. So that's just some things that I do. I mean, mixing a track at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what you do as long as your track sounds good at the end. It's how you want it to sound. But these are just some of the things that I do. So next up, I'm just going to do a little bit of work with the, might do the effects. So pretty much done. I treated all the effects, but what I'm going to do is go and put all the effects onto one bus. Here we go. So these are all the effects here, and then we can come along. And you notice that there's only one. There's only the one plugin on there. I don't tend to have too many plugins by the time I get to this point. There's obviously a couple of synths in there, but if there's too many, I'll just start bouncing them out. And then it's kind of forcing you to make decisions and not to constantly go back and be tweaking everything all the time. So there we go, into the master bus, and these are effects bus. And put them, read, we come down and let's just put it at the bottom there of the, and then if we go along, we just solo that. We can just go to a section where we've got lots in there. And maybe just take a little bit off the low end there. You get that little bit of energy down there. And because they're effects, we'll put a little bit more of a short reverb on them. And again, we can just, if we're happy with the effects but we want to pull them down, we can pull the volume down and stuff like that. So next up, we'll crack on. We'll leave the vocals for now, and we'll get on to the synths. Let's go with this part of the track here. Probably put that down there. And I got the LFO on there, so that sort of negates. I don't want to put a sidechain with the LFO because the LFO is just kind of giving everything else room. I wouldn't mind maybe put camel fat on here. Let's take all this off. Don't any of those. Bit of exciter, maybe a little bit. Just a little bit. Maybe we'll try it just to see how it sounds. Maybe Maybe put a micro phaser on there. LFO rate right down, tense down. Take that one off. Maybe send it. Where are we sending it to already? We've already got the microphaser on there. Let's just increase that. And send that sound to the reverb. Cool, that's sounding pretty decent there. Let's have a listen with the bass. Let's go and send the kick and the bass to a bus. And we can put that one there, 19. And read. It's down the bottom here. Then we'll put this. There we go. And I'll take the bass and put it up there. Make it really nice. Then we've got the two together. I don't think it needs a sidechain compression on the bass because everything's punching through as we want it to, and I think just the selection of the kick, it's pushing itself through. So I think that sounds pretty decent for now. I might put a bus compressor on the two, on those two to help them sort of gel a little bit better. But apart from that, I'm pretty happy with how that sounds. Cool, that would be about it for this one. In the next one, we're going to just tidy up a little bit more with the mixing, and then we'll go on it and just really get these vocals to pop, and then after that, we'll have one last run through and then see how it sounds. Okay, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to head over to my Facebook page if you've got a second, and maybe give it a like. All the support is really appreciated. Till next time, see you later.